Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and a Tale of Tyranny. We resume in Lethian's Crossing with our newest companion, Siren, the Archon of Song. Now, recruiting an Archon to our side sounds great, doesn't it? But she is not the most powerful of Archons. She is still a young Archon. The Archon of Song, as her name suggests. What are we doing? I think we're trying to get into the Odd Wall, because we're trying to learn more about the Spire. This is a seal or several chips, shallow gouges from failed attempts to force it to open. There's nothing to interact with the panels. Okay. It's a Dark Souls door. It does not open from this side. What is this? The sunken relief, though heavily damaged, is clearly meant to depict a runic symbol similar to the one you saw at Ascension Hall. The relief is incomplete, unless the final form of the rune is unknown. Charcoal rubbing. Pressing charcoal to parchment, you capture a blurry but proportionate image of the ancient relief. With enough collected imprints, it may be possible to reconstruct the original shape of the rune. As you work, Lantry hovers near. See how the pattern looks broken along two edges? I think there's more to the engraving than what's here. Well, then we'll look for more. Lantry nods. Agreed. If we collect enough sketches and imprints, we could no doubt reconstruct the original image in its entirety. Alright. Lantry is, of course, a scribe.
Ah, got it.
He's a sage of pen and quill or something. So this is kind of his expertise. Sort of. Now, something else I want to mention is, it's been a while since Tyranny's been up, like a week or so. But the series isn't dead. If anyone's actually watching, it's not dead. It's just, Tyranny is kind of a passion project of mine. As I've mentioned a few times before, cRPGs aren't exactly Let's Plays that people watch. They're slow burners, you know? So
What do we have here?
Ooh, a perception pass. So it takes a very special type of audience. So I appreciate you if you're watching. A note. From Iron Guard Ventara. So I'll finish with that real quick. So, as this is a passion project, this will just be appearing sporadically on the channel as kind of a second daily upload. Every so often, there'll just be a second episode for the day, or a second upload for the day. Isn't that great? More work for me, but isn't that great? Alright, so Iron Guard Ventara is the one leading Lethian's Crossing at the moment. As per our verbal agreement, you are allowed entry into the old walls of Lethian's Crossing with the explicit instructions to find a path to the Bronze Brotherhood campsite on the outer end. Any items acquired inside the old walls will be yours to keep in exchange for your help in this matter. Oh, are you being naughty? The old walls are forbidden.
I got it.
By Kryos' law. Oh yeah, that's there because we can't carry any more campsites. Because we don't need to rest. Speaking of resting, I forgot how greedy of a group composition we were running. We don't really have a tank. We just have Satu up there.
There's power here. We should explore.
We are looking about... Oops, I think I went backwards. The reason we are here is to explore the Spire to try and learn more about what happened to us at Ascension's Well, where we activated the Spire and suddenly magic was everywhere and we could teleport and it's now our home base and such and such. Hello. The chamber immediately reminds you of Ascension Hall. An intricate rune running along the floor can only mean one thing. You stand at the feet of a great spire. Each step you take echoes across a great distance. As you gaze upward, the sage-colored walls quickly give way to unending blackness. The rune in the center of the floor is inactive, and the silence of the hall offers no clues as to its use or function. You feel a slight tug in your chest, a faint echo of the energy that enveloped you at Vendrian's Well. Hold a moment. Lantry bellows the comment louder than needed, smiling as he hears his voice echo through the massive chamber. If my sense of direction is at all reasonable, we are standing below the spire in this region. Well, what do you recommend? Lantry points at the pattern on the floor. I'd start with the grooves and stones on the floor over there. If it's like the spire at Vendrian's Well, whoever built this created a mystical conduit to the top. And I'd think it very, very unlikely that the pattern is purely decorative. Well, let's press on.
Right.
Thank you for your insight, Lantry.
If we knew what glyph we needed, I'll bet we could unlock this puzzle.
Thanks, Siren. Another charcoal rubbing.
I got it.
I believe this has something to do with the symbol on the floor of the spire. Oh, is this a puzzle? These grooves in the floor are inlaid with a dim incandescent material that glimmer upon closer inspection. They appear to intersect at various angles, forming a myriad of potential shapes similar to the rubbing you have found. Uh-oh. Can I look at the rubbing I found? Wait a minute. Is this... one of those Connect games? Where you have to get everything to connect? Oh boy. Can I just click? I'm going to admit it now. I'm kind of just clicking. I hope that's okay. Because that's what I'm doing. I really hope this isn't more advanced than that. Because if it is, we could be in trouble. I do enjoy puzzles, but I'll be the first to admit I'm not very good at them. Well, alright. There's no way I'm trying to form this, right? No. What does my journal say now? While exploring, you acquired a charcoal rubbing. Perhaps examining the rubbing might further help you determine its importance. Incomplete. Oh. An unknown sigil has been recorded for this scroll. This charcoal imprint is rough and incomplete, leaving the full design a mystery for now. Can I have this open with my inventory closed? What if I try and do... Okay, we'll try and do this, and then I'm going to do something else. Like explore. Exploring is always great, right? This might... Oh. No. Alright. We need to go find the other runes.
On it.
The runes. I don't see anything else here, though. Now, let's go explore the big hall. Do you think this means something? Let's go take a look back outside. This could just be me being puzzled for 30 minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised. Not in the slightest. It says it's incomplete, right? Which means we need to figure out a way to open this door and see more. Wait, I took 2 charcoal rubbings, right? And I only have 1 in my inventory? Isn't that because I combined them like the smart person that I am? been broken recently. Bits of metal suggest it was the soldiers. So this looks the same. What if we give it one more look? And then I'm going to be convinced that we can't access it yet. And we're just going to try and fill out the pattern on the wall itself. And if I can't do that, then I'm not going to cheat or anything. That's the letter. So this pattern on the wall, which looks a little bit like it's all the way around. Well, no, it looks like it's... We'll just try this real quick. Real quick. We'll give this a good a go. This is kind of what it looks like. No. Alright. I'm gonna be convinced that I can't do this yet. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. So we'll go speak with... what's-his-face? Or... I have a better idea. I just had a better idea. We're gonna go confront... what's-her-face? Istvari. Basically, the commander who left that note, or gave that note to someone. And then we found their corpse and looted the note off their corpse. Because she's very naughty. Also, my phone just updated with the word of the day. It is disappearing before I can read it to you guys. Consonate. I've heard of that before. That's about it. To arrange or blend together skillfully as parts or elements put together in a harmonious, precisely appropriate, or elegant manner. Isn't that a nice word? Yeah, I was not going to guess that was its meaning. All right, lady. Talk to me. If you talk to me truthfully, I will be kind. Give me some information. We've already talked to her. There's a small matter of a thief in town, but I'll not bother you with such trifles right now. I am sure my soldiers can handle it. Is that a hint, or... Because I'm pretty sure I've talked to everyone in town. Worth talking to.
Sorry,
right.
I can't.
We can come back for this. You know, if it's very important, we can come back, or if we think... Oh, that's a bow. It has volley, fires multiple projectiles. Oathbound dagger. It's worse than both of my daggers. Which says a lot, because one of them is a bronze dagger. Alright. I've had enough of the Thames Crossing. We can come back for it. I think I'm okay so far. Like, I think we've gotten what we really need so far. We got some proof against the Disfavored. Now remember, we are kind of allied with the Disfavored. The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus are both at war. Oh. This location was used as a forge-bound supply drop for materials shipped by water, but has fallen into disuse following increased wartime instability. Yolanta showed you this location, which may have items of use to you. This location has been unlocked due to conquest decisions. So, we're going here first. I mean, we need to go speak to what's-his-face eventually, but I think we're going here because we are investigating how weapons fell into the hands of the Vendrian Guard, who we, obliterated. In fact, we kicked their leader off of our spire. That was great fun. I want to do that again. Because remember, I've been kind of playing
Look at that.
passively, but we are the bad guys. Let's scroll. I mean, we're trying
Will
to
do.
conquer stuff and bring order to the world, but we are still the bad guys. I have to keep that in mind when I'm playing. I was thinking about that when I was in the shower, of all places. How, we're technically the bad guys still, okay?
Can't do that.
So some of my decisions haven't made sense for me being the bad guy. But we're trying to, rule, not destroy everything and leave it in flame. At least, not this character anyway. Ooh. A merchant's tunic. It's fine.
I got it. Sorry, I can't.
Let's try not to stand out, shall we?
We're looking for something here, but I don't know what. Oh. Suspicious. I thought we were coming here to learn something. But it seems we're not. What's this? Are overflowing with spoiled food. Oh, that's gross. Alright, well. Ironhall Trail is where we were. So let's go to the Iron Hearth. Let's go talk to, what's-his-face? Graven Ashe. A large carriage has been parked by the side of the road. Several beastmen workers regard you with dull expressions and motion towards the crest of a nearby hillock, more interested in catching some rest. You hear a laugh and the splash of water beyond it, audible over the roar of the nearby river. As you approach the bank, you see two figures in the water, bathing themselves. On the shore, a tall man draped in fine fabrics takes notice of you and lets out a piercing whistle. A well-muscled man and a curvaceous woman rush out of the stream in response, wrapping themselves in thick robes. The tall man greets you with an exaggerated bow and explains that he is a pleasure provider of the itinerant variety. He gestures to the pair, both of whom are strikingly attractive, and asks if you're in the mood to partake. Let us attempt subterfuge. Look around and check for an ambush. The peddler and his prostitutes are not armed, and little of their chosen spot along the bank suggests a trap. Two small tents have been erected atop soft patches of grass. You peer inside their open flaps and see nothing but blankets, colorful pillows, and jars of fragrant perfume. Hardly a threatening sight. Still damp, the muscular man raises the sleeve of his robe to dab his forehead, exposing a leather band around his wrist. Though solid for half its length, the rest of it separates into finely twisted strips of leather coiled through seashells, a common design found in coastal Ardent. You count 4 shells on the band, a discreet but an unmistakable signifier of nobility. Question him. You point out the peculiarity of the armband, an item reserved for Ardent nobility, yet somehow in the hands of the peddler's worker. As you voice your question, the female prostitute lunges forward and grabs your hand, pleading with you for assistance. Between frantic sobs, she blurts out that they are Ardent nobles that have been kidnapped by Brotherhood extortionists. The peddler jams a few fingers into his mouth and issues a piercing whistle, quickly summoning the beastmen guards to his side. He doesn't deny his affiliation with the Brotherhood, instead explaining that his captives are the adult children of a powerful Ardent noble, taken captive while the Brotherhood is on contract with the voices of Nerat, and thus he contends legally acquired. The two prisoners look at you expectantly, awaiting your response. Convince the man this plan will backfire.
You learn something every day.
You inform the Brotherhood agent that this plan is a few years too late. The wealthiest of Ardent have perished in the war or become embittered by loss. The former is unlikely to be able to afford a ransom. The latter is likely to view the hostage offer as an insult and strike back, rather than negotiate. The Brotherhood agent is sufficiently perturbed by your words, and motions for the beastmen to stand down. The two nobles quickly throw on proper clothes for the road, thanking you profusely for your assistance. They promise to spread word of your deeds and to send a suitable reward upon their return to Ardent. Before he leaves, the agent sheepishly hands you a pouch of rings, hoping to absolve himself further of any wrongdoing. You depart the river, satisfied with the turn of events. 100 rings. Unbroken. Vendrian Guard. I mean, not bad. These little, incidents are full of twists and turns. The minor attention to detail, mwah. It's beautiful. It's what makes cRPGs great. Also incredibly wordy and hard to watch, but great. There is a lot going on here. Are these our trainers over here? Because we need to go see them. We haven't seen a trainer in a long time. Also, Barrick wants to talk to us, and I kind of just totally ignored that. But my throat kind of hurts like hell, and it's going to be a lot of talking. Hey, Akalos. Greetings, Fatebinder. Akalos 32nd Legion, the soldier salutes. Glad to see Tunon's agent Grace Ironhearth. Ashe's troop has no lack of order, but a servant of the court is always welcome. Between our missing commanders and a Scarlet Chorus lieutenant pinned down, I'm afraid we have our hands full. I suppose I can spare a few moments for conversation. Tell me about the lieutenants. Seems our troops have this little maggot of a Scarlet Chorus lieutenant cornered over at Kaido village. From what I'm hearing, it's the same guy who's been ransacking our caravans the past few weeks. If I wasn't already handling something for Ashe, I'd go and skin the filth myself. You being here simplifies matters. Make sure this lieutenant doesn't leave the village with his life. Yeah, sure. Good of you to pitch in. No one will mourn the loss of one more chorus rat. He marks a location on your map. Farewell. Thanks for the quest. The Broken Spear. Oh, is that? Wait, no. That's not who I'm thinking of.
Look here.
Hello, perception check. Sigil of Life, regeneration. Hold on. Ooh, and it's better than her stick. What about your stick? Ooh, a little bit better. But it goes to you. Sticks of power. Where can I put it? There we go.
Right.
I love sticks. They're good fun. Ooh, Elixir of Resolve. Resolve is like magic resistance and stuff. Why is there an item to loot here? What did I miss? I missed something. Shocker. Shocker, right? There we go. Thank you for the gem. Alright, let's go see if these are our trainers, like I think they are. Also, this place, why is it so dusty? I can't see. Or breathe.
Hey, hold a moment.
What?
See that?
It is a bloodstone. I'm pretty sure these are for crafting of some capacity, but I'm just going to end up selling most of these, I think. Hello, Osmia. Do I know you? You must be the Fatebinder of Tunon, the disfavored Ironwalker bows. Welcome to Ironhearth. I am sure that Graven Ashe appreciates any help you can offer. Circumstances have a way of coming together so that the disfavored are always stretched thinner than we would like. What can I do for you? Why are the disfavored so overworked? She rubs her palms together and frowns. We're trying to shoulder the brunt of this civil war without the strength of numbers. The Scarlet Chorus can throw 1,000 disposable bodies at an issue without a second thought, but we're forced to be a little bit more discriminating. We might be trained to deal with the stress of combat and all-night drills, but we're fatigued even by the high standard we set for ourselves. She studies you in a cautious manner. Not that I need to burden an agent of the court with my misgivings. Once the war is over and the tears are properly subdued, my hope is that Kryos dispatches some relief troops to support the occupation. We all deserve a season of rest. The court is always receptive to the needs of soldiers. Your point is noted. That's very generous of you to say, Fatebinder. I'm grateful to know that someone is listening. A nervous smile brightens her expression. Where were you during the conquest? After the Edict of Storms hit, I spent some time among the ruins of Stalwart, digging out survivors from the Legion. Afraid I didn't find much. I still think about the brothers and sisters we left behind. Sometimes I can imagine that I hear their voices carry on the wind. Well, she had a star, so I thought she was an important person. Are you my trainer? My voice. Even though you're not a fully fledged disfavored recruit, I've been authorized to grant you purchasing rights from our store. Within certain limits, of course. What limits are those? It's nothing personal, I assure you. Graven Ashe wants us to control our supplies without restricting access to his army supporters like yourself. The finest and freshest provisions... The finest arms and freshest provisions are reserved for the soldiers under his direct command. I'm sure you understand. The Archon takes our protection very seriously. Understood. Let's see what you can offer me. Most of this is probably not going to be worth it, if I were to guess. Ooh, we're shaker ropes. Ugh. What about to you? Literally an upgrade for everyone but me. Disengagement defense. Wow, you guys need new stuff. Sigil of Stone, we know that one. Alright. Do I have to buy this? I feel like I do. I mean, 1% deflection is not that big of a deal, right? This is kind of a big deal, though. So we'll do that. We can give Siren some boots. Although I like her blue boots. It doesn't really match with your thing. What about you? Because you're kind of tanking. There we go. Still doesn't match with your thing, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, I have no idea where I'm supposed to learn stuff now. Remember, we had these two guys that were training us in camp. And, here it is. I need to do that again. Hey, look, boots. Heavy armor. We don't really benefit from heavy armor in any capacity. Both Satu and Ebb have quite a significant amount of benefits for wearing light armor. I don't believe Lantry and Siren have the same, so we could put them in heavy armor, but I'm pretty sure that will increase their recovery. Well, I'm confident that it will, which is, you know, good and bad. Mostly bad. Alright, Graven Ashe, I'm here. Oh, what is your voice supposed to be anyway? Fatebinder, it's good of you to report in. These days, it is difficult enough to judge friend from foe. I am pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Ashe favors you with a curt nod. I'm still investigating you, though. After what transpired at Vendrian's Well, the disfavored must hold fast to our allies. You are here because of your support of the siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scarlet Chorus would not have you. Tunon is my master, and he stands above your petty squabbles. If he stands above them, then he could see well enough how the voices of Norat has conspired against our forces since the beginning. No, for all his claims of objectivity, I have my suspicions that your adjudicator is as compromised by this war as any of us. What is it you require? You should watch your words, Mr. Graven Ashe. But anyway. We have a realm to conquer in the name of Kryos. What's our next move? Glory to the Overlord. He shouts, and the breastplates of the surrounding disfavored rattle with their salutes. With the voices of the rat's betrayal of our cause, our mission to control this forsaken peninsula has become all the more dire. I feel like my voice just changed. We had thought the Vendrian Guard were the final death rattle of this region's defiance. we were wrong. The Tears have risen up against Kryos, emboldened by their countrymen. And while the Disfavoured labor to maintain order, the Serpent, the voices of Nerat, grows his army of lunatics and sellswords, preparing to lash out when we least suspect it. So our little exercise in defiance wasn't a total failure. I'll try and find some cold comfort in that knowledge. There can be no peace while the voices of Nerat lives, and no order while the Scarlet Chorus rampage across these lands. The elimination of chaos must be our first priority. Then we will have our time to govern the Tears as Kryos intended. Can I depend upon your support against this scourge? What would you have me do? Our position of authority in the Blade Grave is far from secure. We need to establish ourselves in the region in order to cultivate our strength for the battle to come. As soon as I am confident in our chances, we will depart this realm and wipe the chaos threat from the face of Terratus. The Unbroken, former daughters and sons of stalwarts, vex our efforts to secure this region. The Edict of Storms offers them cover. They slip past our patrols in the light of day, hiding their movements behind clouds of dust and debris. Kryos cast this blight on the country to set an example, not to plague those of us loyal to the north. You must travel to the Sentinel Stand and seek out Stratus Herodin. He is the last of the old stalwart bloodline who called themselves regents. Put him to the sword, and end this edict once and for all. Alright. Well, who is he? The last of the elder bloodline that ruled Stalwart and maintained its dignity. He's also a filthy coward. During the last battle of Stalwart, he crouched behind the walls of Sentinel Stand Keep and refused to meet our forces on the field of battle. Right. I'm pretty sure we cast the Edict of Storms during our pre-made conquest. So let me just ask real quick, why is he so important? You should know better than anyone. Did you not proclaim Kryos' will upon the realm of Stalwart yourself? He would neither surrender nor impel his soldiers to do so. As such, Kryos decreed that storms would ravage the country until the regent was dead. Stratus Herodin was free to kill himself, of course, but he was either too proud or too gutless for the task. Consider him dead. Find the regent, kill him, end this Edict of Storm, and staunch this seeping wound of rebellion once and for all. The downfall of the Unbroken and the old regent will send a message throughout the Tears. Our rule is absolute, and dissidents will not be tolerated. I kind of want to save this one. We can afford to gain some wrath, right? I will travel to the Sentinel Stand and judge by my findings. If your perspective is as lawful and orderly as it ought to be, the right path should seem clear. The Unbroken must be destroyed, and the Edict must end. Should you arrive at any other conclusion, I suggest that you stifle your opinion and follow orders like any good soldier. There is one final matter to discuss. My daughter went missing in the second year of the conquest. I have reason to believe she is trapped in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. If you can find Amelia, bring her home to me. Wow. Well, I have my own ideas about this, but let's not gather too much more wrath, shall we? If I find her... If I find her, I'll ensure her safe return. And that is all I ask. Amelia is but one soldier, yet if I had the forces to dispatch, I would make her retrieval my highest priority. She is a commander of the highest renown and a paragon of northern values. Yeah, right. I doubt that with every fiber of my being. You know, I liked Graven Ashe. Until we met him just now. Something Something about him is making me squeamish. I want more spell power. Not squeamish, but, irritated. He seems to have forgotten that we serve the Adjudicator, not him. And we might need to remind him of that in a very harsh manner. Alright, so we have 1 talent point. I think we're going to be doing 100 Fists here. Could do Dual Wield Mastery. I think that's pretty good, but our punchy attack is one of our hardest hitting abilities. So making that better seems good to me. Well, we have our mission to head out to Stalwart. And I don't know if I trust this Graven Ashe fellow. I don't know. I think we're going to head to Stalwart and we're going to find some interesting situations. Which is why I told him that I would judge it myself. And then he told me to stifle my opinion like any good soldier. And that raised a lot of red flags for me. Not gonna lie. So next time, let's see if my instinct is right. Let's see if those flags were raised for good reason. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and look forward to the continuation of A Tale of Tyranny next time. Bye-bye.